at the very beginning, we could let them know we're going to do it next week.
Yeah.
Since you've been gone,
I haven't
since
been
you were out of
gone.
pocket and haven't had the time to do your normal library research that everyone expects of you. So,
All right. We are live on the YouTubes.
all right, what's going on, everybody?
Ooh.
I've been looking forward to this.
Mute.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. My throat's a little shoddy, so got some sore throat, so I won't be talking too much, but I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we should be good. Demon Air, nice to officially meet you this week. I wasn't here last week when you joined, but glad to have you with us again. Penn, how you doing, man?
Doing all right.
All right. I don't know what KB and Noel are up to. Maybe they're sleeping, but maybe they'll join us here in a little bit. Um, but
Yeah, sometimes you need a good snooze.
I could use one. I didn't get much sleep last night. Jay has been gone this week, visiting his folks. So he hasn't had time to dig into the library about Patriot and Leader yet. So we'll do that next week. But we did get a Cap 4 teaser trailer, and we got the second half of the year narrative roadmap. So I think tonight we're going to chop up, talk about the roadmap a little bit, and some of Jay's predictions, talk about the hints that were given, and then we'll talk about the Cap 4 trailer a little bit. So, Jay, why don't you start us off, man? You're the champ prediction expert. So,
Yeah. Um. Yeah, man. This roadmap. Yeah. So I missed the roadmap. Like you said, I was out on vacation visiting family. So kind of got stuff the day after, but it was really cool. This one's again like difficult. Um, this time Tyler did some anagrams um, with the event quest titles, and then he showed like a square of like a color swatch of different color swatches, but like Procreate like mixed around. So it was very interesting. Like this is definitely the first time we're searching for the event quest name and then colors and then like a little bit of dialogue hints for some of them, and then he also gave us some classes. I think he just didn't give us September's second class and then December's class, but yeah, man, it was pretty interesting. He kind of went from he showed us July's example, so like we could have a baseline, and then showed us August, which finally confirmed. Like we kind of all knew it was gonna be August for like Beta Ray Bill, but it's pretty sweet to always get information and see him in August because we've been wanting him for so long. It's really great.
I'm looking forward to October.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, October is gonna be is a favorite month of mine too. Um, but I guess I'll start with August. Ooh, so August is it shows Peter and Bill, which we know he's gonna be cosmic because of the vote, and Tyler says he's joined with a mystic. He said it's gonna be wrapping up the world, or not wrapping up the world tree, but continuing the world tree story, that we've gotten this year, and so as we saw the world tree that's been around since when Galantin came to the game, it finally got planted on Battle World, and then for the Battle World, it's been growing into an actual world tree and kind of fixing the realm and creating new things. So we all kind of think like a Mystic joins. We do know Mystic joins, but we kind of think like Enchantress is joining with him. We see a lot of green in the color swatches, so we're thinking of
hey,
like a green
Jay,
magic
if
user.
you if you'll open the chat, I threw the teaser in there.
Okay.
So if you'll open it on your stream where people can see it.
Cool. But yeah. So exactly, you can kind of see the event quest name. That's the anagram there, and then you can see the colors. I think I have a better picture actually that I can show beta more more easily. So you can kind of see the colors. So you can kind of see his blue, red, and gold taking up like diagonally. I would say the top diagonally, and then bottom is very much green, like someone green who's in the Mystic class. So someone, like Enchantress who's Asgardian related, someone like Morgan Le Fay who's been in the votes before. I think those are kind of the two best options, I believe personally. I don't know what you guys are thinking.
Thematically, Beta Ray Bill would have to go with Enchantress here more than Morgan Le Fay, to be honest. I mean,
I
Morgan Le Fay
agree.
can come with someone like, oh, I don't know, Black Knight or something.
Yeah,
So,
like thematically that would definitely. I agree on that one.
Yeah, I mean, but let's just remember that Morgan Le Fay's picture in the Summer's Choice was her riding a dinosaur, so that's my vote for who comes. Uh,
I mean,
but
she would come with the dinosaur. I believe that's what Kabam Mike had said in the past.
well, then that's what I want. I want
he's
it to be Morgan Le Fay, and she's wearing green in that picture, just
Mm-hmm.
FYI.
I
And
hope
it
it's a
has like a
dragon.
purpley background behind it. So, and
ooh,
we know from past experience that the other Summoner Choice champions usually end up coming at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, and I'm trying to think. Let's see.
they base their character
So we
designs off the
have one, two, three, four. So from that year when Morgan Le Fay was in, we have half of those
Mm-hmm.
already. And I'm pretty sure Jay has predicted one of them to come already this year.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the roadmap, we'll get to that in a minute. But um, so yeah, screw it. I'm going Morgan. Why not? Just to be different. So
Yeah. I will say the comic here, the photo that they chose was actually her red outfit, and not her green one, which is they always say like that picture it's not set in stone, so of course like they could just go the classic green, like that's what I would expect if when she does come.
well, I mean the picture of Quicksilver they used was the green outfit, and we got the blue one in the game. So I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
it doesn't really necessarily mean anything, but
Yeah, exactly.
we'll see what happens.
But yeah, no, I dig it. Like I said, I think Morgan would be a great character and someone to fit the. I think of course Enchantress fits it thematically better, but I think Morgan's still a great option. Like I think again we're gonna be looking at her. Yeah, and I don't think anyone else like really brought stuff. Like I think Fin Fang Foom was a fun one. Um,
I
I,
did see somebody say Ben.
mm-hmm,
Um, I think most people that I saw had Enchantress. Um, I think I saw a couple of people say Agatha, but
I
for
was
this one,
one
I
of them.
just don't get it.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I think Agatha's going to come at some point, but I don't really see it for this for what we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Agree.
but I don't know. You're the expert, so I mean, you're
2025?
probably right. So,
Hmm.
what'd you say, Demon Day?
2025?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, well, so she lost to Quicksilver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yeah.
which vote that was?
The second one.
And that was
Yeah.
last year or two
Two
years
years
ago that
ago.
we got. Has it been 2 years
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you would think she would come now, but I mean, with the other people they're doing, it may just not fit well, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, I'd be very surprised if she's not here by the end of
They've got
next
to
year.
do a Midnight Suns related month.
Yeah, I'd
Ooh, that
welcome
would
to
be
do
great.
that.
Bring her with someone like, I don't know, Nico Minoru or something.
Yes,
That would be
I
cool.
agree.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nico would be cool.
Yeah.
We have a lot of the Midnight Suns already now. Um, but yeah, Nico would be good. Nico would be a fun character for a designer to do, I feel like.
Oh yes, absolutely.
She has a very interesting uh power set, and so like I feel like that would be, if I was a designer, that's somebody I would really want to try and tackle. I don't think it would be easy, but I think it would be a fun challenge for a designer to to try and do the staff of one and stuff. So
Mm-hmm. All right, I think that does it for August. September is one of the harder ones, I'll be honest. Let me pop in the chat.
Very.
Yeah, so so Tyler says, he says, the anagram's actually in Latin, but he kind of like alphabetized it, and he says that it's gonna be a very villainous month with a lot of villains, like a darker
yay!
timeline. He said like each of the villains in the quest, like the actual event, are gonna be like major players of villainry, and then there's a lot of monologues. So, and then he says Shathra. So he says Shathra for sure for September, which of course makes sense. Like we just got Gladiator last September, so I was very content with her coming that month, which is pretty exciting. And honestly, who she comes with is like has been like probably the most debated one with December, and it's a lot of like red and yellow, maybe green on her color swatches, and the like Latin maybe basically translate to like a wolf in a story, or like speak of the devil, speak of the, like some type of like saying like that. And then I believe Tyler just like today in the Discord has been on the public one has been like talking about that this will continue the artifact storyline from this May. How like people were hunting for artifacts in the contest, similar to what the blanking on their name, the Baron Zemo's team.
Oh yeah.
Masters of Evil.
Yeah, Masters of Evil. They've been hunting for stuff and trying to do some evil villainy stuff with some artifacts. So kind of continuing that storyline. So honestly, I picked Lizard after a lot of debate. We don't know the second class, and looking at the like class map that we got at the beginning of the year, when we'll get to October, we know that October's classes, we know November's classes, we just don't know December's and September's second. So there's only a science and a mystic, so I kind of chose science, and I went with Lizard, a fan favorite. Finally.
I mean, I want Lizard, but
Yeah. I'm
trying to think of like, yeah,
I'm very like hesitant. I was very
red
hesitant on
and
this one.
yellow.
Yeah, there's like red, yellow, and green, but again, like, colors mix, of course. So that yellow
Yeah,
could just become.
I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because like I don't know if they're gonna do another spider this soon, which I guess there's not really a lot of villain spiders, but I'm trying to think what other Masters of Evil we don't have yet.
Dark
One
timeline.
first.
And I think that really has to do with Shathra's powers because like her sister created the Web of Destiny, like the Web of Life of Destiny, and so hers is like
okay.
not a good version of it because she failed to make the Life of Destiny. So hers is like a spider wasp. So she hunts spiders in a sense, like Moreland to a degree. So hers is obviously going to be like a corrupted multiverse, basically, which is pretty interesting. At least that's what I get the sense of.
Moreland would be kind of cool.
Yeah. He was my choice a while ago.
And he's a key villain, so it kind of makes sense. Like, if we end up being stumped, like, by this prediction, so be it. It is the hardest one besides December.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I felt safe by choosing the Lizard. And I kind of just moved on. With that fighting stage update that he got added to the background, I was like, yeah, I mean, Bam Quintet.
That's my favorite stage to fight on.
Yeah, the Oscorp Lab.
Yep. Because of that Easter egg.
No, I think it's really cool. You know, his powers are green. Like he absorbs life energy. So he's got red eyes. Wears a black and white or like a bluish and black white suit. So I don't know if he fits this one for colors, but there's always an option.
We'll
I
have to wait
mean,
2 months.
you know, I'm trying to think like Masters of Evil wise, like Crimson Cowl, maybe. Not necessarily, but
Crimson Cowl is way too red, though.
Oh yeah, completely red.
I'm just spitballing. Jay's the master. I just Google
Nah,
things
honestly
and
though,
say
like
things. But
it's always nice when like people come up with these characters that like you normally wouldn't come up with. So like I always appreciate it.
oh! I just thought of something because of the specific picture that they use on fandom. What about Moonstone?
Hmm.
Didn't we talk about Moonstone?
Yep.
Yeah, we have.
So she's Masters of Evil.
Dark Avengers.
Very, very involved with Zemo in Masters of Evil. And on her fandom page, she's literally wearing a red and yellow outfit. Like, and I want Moonstone because she's part of my favorite comic run. So, yep, I'm going Moonstone. Dude, lock it in.
Okay.
It makes no sense, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah. No, honestly.
Carla Sofin, baby, let's go.
We had obviously Noel was there for
Oh.
the stream, and he was talking like Thunderbolts, and so he was bringing up Moonstone a lot. And of course, I think she's on. I think she's on the current Thunderbolts team right now, or at least the previous one. I don't know, but
She's been on most of the Thunderbolts teams, I think.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So, yeah, I don't.
she's been on I know she's been on multiple versions of it. I haven't read the current run, but
I don't think she's on the current run though. But the current one is like a completely different team, led by
Yeah.
Hawkeye. So, yeah, no, honestly, yeah, no, I dig it. You know, obviously she wears red and gold. I dig it. I'll write it. I'll put it down. I'll put it down.
yeah, you will. I just feel like it's no fun if we all choose the same
Yeah, no, I totally
people.
agree.
So, there's also other Thunderbolts which also kind of crosses over with Masters of Evil. Like Atlas is red and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Atlas would be cool.
What about Ape Man?
Did you say eight?
I mean,
Big Man?
I mean, I'm all for more monkeys. So, I mean, that would be fine with me if we had Ape Man, because
Yellow and red Thunderbolts. I mean, Atlas would be a good choice.
I've now talked myself into hoping that it's Moonstone. So,
Yeah. I mean, she was an
Really?
option I personally like back when like we were getting the Marvels, and I
mhm.
was trying to think of someone who came with Photon. Like Moonstone was like an option I thought would be really interesting.
The colors. Red works here, yellow does not. I was gonna pick Penance, but no, I can't.
Penance like Speedball? Is that what you're talking about? Or
Yeah,
somebody else?
him. No, him for sure.
Yeah.
God, I love Penance, dude.
Yeah,
Marvel
I
Ultimate
like-
Lines too.
I like him a lot.
But yeah, okay. So I gave my prediction Lizard, which is a lot of people agree, but a lot of people don't. And I've seen Mandarin be the like pretty popular choice, surprisingly.
I
Um,
did see several people say Mandarin for that spot, which I thought was interesting.
yeah,
Um, which I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it.
I want it. I
I'm
just
not-
like I always gotta like to get into like I always gotta get into Kabam and Marvel's heads, right? And like since the Shang-Chi movie, like Marvel Comics themselves have like introduced Wenwu into the comics, and they haven't touched the actual Mandarin comic character in like
Yeah,
5 years.
that's
So
true.
like that's why I'm very like I don't know about that one, but Kabam maybe could do their own version of him for sure, and kind of mix both designs. So use the classic red and yellow on his robes is what he used to wear in the comics before the black and white suit.
It's so hard because like you never know like sometimes you will feel like, oh, they're really only going to touch this, and then they'll have like a random left turn,
Yeah,
like
curveballs.
um
The serpent.
like I think most people would have never in a million years expected Psycho Man to come to the
Yeah.
game, you know, uh, and we got him, and so like, uh, and like there's some that just like even this last month, like I've wanted arcade for forever, but I didn't know whether or not they'd actually be able to like translate him into something that would make sense for a fighting game because he's
They
not
did
really,
pretty well.
he's not like some guy that's just gonna like beat people up. So,
Hmm.
so I wasn't sure that that was ever gonna happen. But they figured out a way to do it, which I thought was pretty cool. So, I mean,
It
we'll
is
see.
nice.
We'll see what they do. We'll see. But yeah, I feel like that this month is definitely a very difficult one to pick. So
Yeah.
I mean, the title's in Latin too, so it could be something associated with the devil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely really reminds me of like when Mephisto messes with Peter's life. Like that's what the Latin always reminds me of.
One more day, my
No,
guy.
um,
do we have to bring that up again?
but speaking of that, actually,
No, no,
um,
Jay,
no,
stay
like
away. What
I'm not
about it?
going into.
What?
I was just
Speaking of
making.
one more day, what?
Um,
What's up?
so compared to last year, right? Gladiator joined with a re-released Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Kabam kind of said they would let us know if they were doing that again. We haven't heard any word, so do you guys have any thoughts on this red and yellow dash green character being a new re-released character? Like, who
I
knows?
kind of hope it's Mephisto, because he needs to be a threat, and he's not.
I
Yeah,
mean, the red would make sense. The yellow, no, it would have to be more white for that
for
one.
his bones.
In the yeah,
Yeah, I get that. I was kind of looking at Phoenix when it came to the colors, like
I'd love a Phoenix rework.
yeah,
Tired of her being a noodle.
yes.
She needs to be stupidly
yeah.
powerful.
Red, yellow, and green. Just trying to glance through the roster here.
Mm-hmm.
Who that could apply to. That also needs to be like redone.
Drax.
Red, yellow, and green. Well, aside from the red, I'd say Electro would work, possibly.
Yeah, just the red
But
doesn't make sense.
yeah, the red ruins it. So
Yeah, and like half the vote was Spider-Man related. Like you guys remember, like it was like Beetle, like it was Shathra, it was Swarm, it was Black Tarantula, like it was Shriek, like so.
Yeah, it was spider heavy for sure.
A lot of bugs.
Well, it was obscure villains, and
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man definitely has plenty of those. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
um,
I think in 2025 we're likely to see Beetle and Tombstone join in the same month.
Yeah, that'd like
it'd be
lore
fun.
wise make sense.
I mean, he doesn't need it because he's already awesome, and I will stand on that hill until the day I die. But technically, Psycho Man is red, yellow, and green. Just
That's
saying.
funny.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to rework my boy and make him even better,
We already got a
I
buff.
would
Hey.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
Oh yeah, they did kind of give him a buff and leave his damage exactly the same to the dot.
I mean, OG Vision is red, yellow, and green.
I
He's not a
know.
villain, but
Yeah.
it'd be cool if he got a rework.
Yeah, so like there wasn't really anyone I
But
could think of for a buff, or
Yeah,
sorry, for a re-release.
there's not really anybody color wise, like not
speaking
with
of Vision,
all the colors anyway,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
speaking of Vision, after seeing what the kit of Deathless Vision is, it's not really much to rework OG Vision 2.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I haven't actually looked at that spotlight yet. I know they released it, but I haven't looked at it.
They basically added a damage increase and a haze mechanic. That's
Oh yeah.
basically the gist of it. Oh, and heal block.
Yeah, I think just September. It just kind of like you mentioned. If the vote is a bunch of niche characters, then like maybe just the second predetermined character is also niche.
Yeah.
But I think
I don't know. It'd
gotta
be
do it.
interesting.
Gotta do it for September. I guess we'll move on to the most exciting month, the spooky month.
Yay,
It
spookies.
would be funny if they threw us a curveball
Spooks.
and added a third champion that month, though.
I don't know. Bam said that they would never, pretty much never do that again. But you know,
I just thought about this. I've been thinking about this for quite some time. Since we're getting beta in August,
mm-hmm.
right? What about Red King for September to go with Shastra?
I don't know, honestly.
Would be too soon, and he is. What is he?
You're talking about Red King from Planet Hulk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm familiar with him. He's.
I wouldn't see how it would make sense to really matter. To be honest, since that's just a Planet Hulk character.
Yeah.
September's the hardest.
Yeah.
I think it's the colors and the Latin anagram that stumped me the most.
Yeah, like so I think I won't like I hope for Lizard because I feel like it's the easy answer, but you know it might just be kind of like it might just be too hard to like figure out from any forward. To be honest, that's how I feel about it. Like I'm not gonna lose any hair cells trying to find it. Are you guys ready to move to October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spooks.
All right, October, always a spooky, fun month. This anagram probably means House of Horror. Like all the letters fit House of Horror, which I think is cool. It's a Halloween store this year. Got some amusement parks. But for me personally, I always like like the scary carnivals. That's what it made me think of, like in Orlando, the Scare Nights. Like that's what I was thinking. Jessica Jones is here to solve a mystery. Apparently, some song parodies will be popular. It'll be a cosmic and a tech. And honestly, yeah, like I just had to see red and yellow to like say Scream, because Scream has been on my predictions for 2 years, 3 years now, I think. And the tech, I'm not really sure on, honestly. I picked Hobgoblin because the vote, and when I think of carnivals, I do think, or like scary carnivals, I do think like a goblin mask always fits. Like there's been many comics and iconography of that, so I picked that. But Jack-o'-lantern's pretty popular. Lasher, there is some green, so I've heard some Lasher. I would hope Lasher doesn't join before Scream. Like, that would be very disappointing.
That's my hope too.
Yeah. And then it's Venom 3 releases that month. So, like the previous 2 Venom movies, we've always gotten a symbiote month, the same release as the movie.
Which is very fitting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting that Jessica Jones, like, I think, like, Jessica Jones could easily, like, have, like, a symbiote, like, symbiote trail that she's following of, like, who's doing this? But I did think of, like, I don't want it to be, like I said, if it's Lasher, but Iron Spider and Lasher would I guess thematically make sense with these teas, but I really don't want it to be that. I don't want it to.
What are the classes again? Tech and what?
Tech and Cosmic.
Tech and Cosmic.
So it definitely seems like a symbiote.
So yeah, probably a symbiote for Cosmic, and then.
And the only Scorn, like we were looking at tech symbiotes in Discord, and like Scorn is one.
Scorn is the only one, I think.
Yeah,
right?
there's a few others, but they're just so niche and not.
Scorn is way too purple though.
Yeah, exactly. And Scorn is purple, like. So.
But I've been wanting her as well.
Yeah.
Because they have the building blocks for her as well.
Yeah.
With Omega Sentinel and
Exactly.
all the other hovering tech characters.
Yeah, my idea like 2 years ago, like, because obviously like Scream, like I said, has been one of my map predictions for a couple years now. There's also been a Latvian Guillotine character related that I was hoping would come with Scream, because Venom and Guillotine released back in 2015 together. But yeah, I don't see, maybe we get a Kabam original that's in the tech class. But I don't see why they wouldn't like disclose that, because like for Cheoth last year they specifically disclosed it. So I'm assuming plans changed with
And they give us a heads up normally if they're going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder.
Be kind of fun to get surprised with a new original.
Yeah, an original would be nice. I wonder. Trying to figure out the name of this guy that I'm looking at here. The Irish Screaming Mutant. He is
Banshee?
I know he is in Banshee. I'm trying to think, would a character like him work for that month, considering we had what's her face in Let There Be Carnage?
Shriek.
No.
Drake.
Well, I mean, he's a mutant, so.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say mutants. I'm pretty sure they have a really strong stance on mutants not being outside their own class.
Unless you're magic.
Yes, unless you're magic.
Unless your name is Juggernaut.
Well, he's not a mutant, so I gotta worry about that.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, magic being mystic makes sense. I don't know of any rationale that you could use to make Banshee cosmic or tech. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't agree. I don't agree with magic being mystic unless she's Darkchild. If I'm being honest. At least the magic we have in game, I think, should be mutant. But
well, I mean, she has the connection to Darkchild and all that is what I meant. Like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel
there's at least a way you could talk yourself into her being mystic. I don't know what you could possibly say uh to make Banshee cosmic or Keck.
Yeah, no,
Is
I do
what my
agree
point
with
was. So
that. Yeah, technically Mega Sentinel's technically a mutant, but she doesn't have mutant power.
Banshee's been a favorite though by the community. I've seen a lot of like hoping for Banshee.
Yeah.
yep, one of them's right here.
Banshee and Black Tom
I
Cassidy,
second
man,
that.
give it to me.
He's Banshee's like the only one from like that specific like era of X-Men that we don't have. I think he is the only one actually from like the like Giant Size X-Men #1.
Well, I
That
feel like we're
whole
still missing like Sunfire and
well,
Thunderbird.
Sunfire, yeah, yeah. Sunfire, Thunderbird, and Banshee are like the
Yeah.
only ones though. And Thunderbird dies immediately, so
He's like, I gotta remind me.
which I think Banshee's dead in Marvel continuity right now anyway. But
But, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's green and yellow. Like I said, like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I pick
Yeah, and
Hobgoblin
honestly,
has a green face sometimes instead of yellow, so like maybe that's it. We know the colors aren't proportionate, so like it's hard to really. And I think he said for October specifically, he mixed them around a lot, Tyler. So yeah, I'm excited to see. Like I said,
possible. I don't have anything in mind when I'm asking this, but is it possible that the colors that go together are not next to each other?
yeah, it's absolutely possible.
red
Okay.
and green.
I'm not saying that there is a red and green champ. I'm thinking of everything. I was just curious, like, because that we've been doing them as the ones next to him, but
Yeah, the only reason I have is just because I look at betas. His colors are all diagonal next to each other. Shathra's basically like are all on the right side, and so like for this one, I did kind of see like either it's
I mean,
diagonal or it's
there's definitely like some orange next to the green, which makes me think Hobgoblin.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, like
So,
yeah. And if it's not Hobgoblin, like, I'm not gonna be surprised, honestly. Like
and the right side just literally looks like Scream. So, I mean,
yeah, they did say
Oh,
someone got it
that's-
correct on stream, and like Scream's
oh
name.
really?
Yeah, Scream was on screen, Toxin was on screen, and so was Hobgoblin at like within 20 seconds. So like depending on when they saw one message, they could have saw like Scream and say, hey, one person got it right. But yeah, first
Well,
female symbiote, man. That's what we need.
I'm confident based on things that I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about or not, but I will just vaguely say I'm confident it's not Toxin. So,
Yeah.
but I could see Scream being, especially just because of the I'm not trying to say this derogatorily or anything, so I'm trying to think of how to phrase it properly. Because of the like intentions of the team and stuff, as far as like female champs and trying to
Diversity.
have like diversity and stuff like that. Since we have multiple symbiotes already, and Scream is one of the female ones, and we don't have a female symbiote yet.
Exactly.
I could see that being a solid guess for sure.
I concur.
Not to mention that her name as a character, as a symbiote, is a horror movie franchise.
Or,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, and
The
that's what
event
I'm
quest,
saying. Like,
so the event quest is probably House of Horrors. Let's be honest. That's
Yeah.
probably what the name of it is. That one's pretty simple. It looks like.
and they said Carnival.
So hopefully,
or-
because we just had arcade and the event quests were like based around old arcade games. So hopefully the like dialogue and story is based around like different horror franchises. That'd be fun.
So I don't
I
think it. I think it's not. I think they've specifically said it's amusement parks, and that's what I'm thinking, like Screamfest, like the House of Screw, like the thing in
The
Orlando.
old, like, Universal House of Horrors.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, that's fine too, I guess. I wish we were getting the other monster characters in that case, but I guess I'll take Scream.
Maybe that tech is
Like
a hidden
in
monster.
Cantu, the Living Mummy, and Dracula, and we've got
I'm right
werewolf
there with
Bat
you
and
though.
stuff.
I want more monster characters.
Yeah, me too.
I agree. There's a lot of cool ones.
Yeah.
Legion of Monsters, baby, let's go.
Someone in the chat says, "Do you guys think Kabam will have a panel at San Diego Comic-Con?"
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
They have
At
kind of
most,
they've kind of shied away from the Comic-Con stuff, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, they were
Lately.
there last year.
Oh, were they there last
yeah. Speaking of which, at most I feel like they're gonna do the same as they did last year with going to there, but not having their own panel, but more so showing up on Marvel's panel.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel. It doesn't happen frequently, but Marvel does occasionally like do stuff pushing the game. I mean, not as heavily as some of the other stuff that they have, but
I do know. I don't think Kabam are going to be at this one specifically because, like, this week at least, we've been finding out who's going to be there.
oh yeah.
And Marvel Rivals will be there. And
okay.
So, like, if Marvel were to focus on their games, I think they're going to focus on a brand new game. Same with, because they have actually a lot of games. They have quite a few games coming out. And Kabam haven't been to San Diego Comic-Con since, I think, like, 2016. Whenever Marcus went, Marcus Pat, because he went there the very last time they went to San Diego. And then they strictly stuck to New York.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they only most recently returned to New York Comic Con. So I feel like they would have given everyone a heads up, especially when it's this month. You know,
Sure.
like we found out that they were going to New York Comic Con, I think like 2 months in advance, give or take. So yeah, I feel like they would have.
Speaking of San Diego Comic Con, I want this Deadpool dumpster fire thing.
Ooh, yeah,
Y'all
I saw
seen
that.
this?
Yeah, I saw that.
Adorable. I want it real bad.
I'm going to be there the 27th. See what good. Oh, good. That's very awesome. I'm very jealous. I hope you have fun. I'm excited for all the MCU stuff because they said that they're going to have a panel there, and I think Fantastic Four, there's branding for it everywhere, so I'm very excited to see what they reveal. All right, let's get to November. So November. Speaking of Newark, when New York Comic Con is usually around, is Learn Hand Spikes is the anagram, which I didn't really care to solve because like I kind of knew who it was. We knew the classes are Mutant and Mystic. We know this is very clearly a Mojo event, is what he said. And yeah, Mutant and Mystic, Mojo event. We have the Mystery Synergy with Arcade. Like, it's so clearly Dazzler and Spiral. They both wear white and blue. So, like, this one is, like, such a concrete month. I'd be surprised if it was anyone else.
So let's figure out who else it could be.
Shatterstar.
Yeah, that was...
Shatterstar does exist.
He doesn't wear blue, though. He wears white.
Jay, I don't know if you know this, but there's white in that picture, so...
Yeah, but there's also there's lots of blues in that picture.
But one character could be all of the blue stuff, and then one of them be white. We don't know. They're weird. You never know what they're going to do. You're probably right.
I know.
And they're both ridiculously wanted characters, so I mean, it would make sense, but... I was just trying to think. Let's see here.
I mean, I see a little bit of a grayish tone to it. Do you think that would be in Spiral's looks?
Yeah, hers is very like. I would say Dazzler. I feel like Dazzler's blue is the bottom left, and then Spiral's is like the grayish blue in the right. That's what I think. Because Dazzler sparkles, so like hers is gonna be that lighter, less sky blue, versus Spiral is gonna be that like the gray.
What if this anagram is a little bit literal and we get Dakin instead of Dazzler?
Well,
I don't know.
there's a white suit at some point, but I don't think that would be one of his combat suits.
I mean, right now he's Helverine.
Yeah, so possibly not.
Yeah.
He's what?
Helverine.
Helverine. Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom left and the white that's kind of the look that Spiral had in Marvel vs. Capcom. The blue suit with like the silvery white like helmet and stuff. That's the look I think of when I think of Spiral. I know she's had some other ones in comics and stuff, but the blue and white is definitely what I think of.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it'd be Dakin. Nah, I don't.
No, I don't think so either.
And like that, it helps because we have a mystery synergy with two mystery characters that have to do with the specific Ultimate comics, and both Spiral and Dazzler were a part of that story. So like it helps to like narrow it down to the. But yeah, I don't think.
I mean, there is some stuff of Shatterstar wearing like a bluish color. And in some of the Shatterstar stuff, his eye is blue instead of like yellow or whatever. But I think it's probably Dazzler and Spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which will be cool because that means they finally figured out how to do Spiral.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, they've said that the multiple arms was too difficult to do. So if they finally figured out a way to do it, that's pretty cool. For sure.
All right, let's move to December. And for December, this one's like I think is the hardest one personally. Unless we all are overthinking it, but it's I've Slav Tingled, which probably means violent delights. Tyler says he will be shocked if anyone gets it off the colors alone. And it's an important narrative month, so like we shouldn't skip it. And I picked Clea from Doctor Strange's wife as a character, but I brought like we were doing a lot of research and we found Arnim Zola who fits the colors. We found Madcap who fits the colors. Impossible Man who fits the colors. A few other characters, but I'll see you guys later, man. I know it's late for everyone, but yeah, we want to do an episode every week. But yeah, like I don't know, like this one's the hardest one because like it's a December month, so like that we've had December characters are like, oh okay, I don't know if I would have picked certain characters to be December champions. So like this one, I'm trying to think Clea because she's flashy, she's an important character for the MCU in the future and even in the comics as Sorcerer Supreme. But I think it's gonna be someone none of us ever thought of, honestly, if I'm being honest.
What did you say you thought the anagram was again?
Violent Delights.
Hmm. So, and we don't know the class for this one, right?
We do not, yeah.
Okay.
Like, on the class map, like I said, so if Shathra comes with a Mystic, December would have to be Science. If Shathra came with the Science, this would have to be Mystic. At least going off that map. And I know I've heard the map doesn't have to do with the narrative, so, like, we don't know. Like, I'm trying to follow the map, but, yeah, no, that's what Mike said about it at the beginning of the year, so... I would assume Shathra wouldn't come with a Mystic. And so I picked Science. So I picked Science to come with her, and then December to become with the Mystic.
So what class do you think it is? Do you think it's
Mystic? Yeah.
Mystic?
Yeah. Mystic. And I was thinking like Violent Delights, like, you know, like could have to do with Dormammu, with the World Tree, maybe because the Dark Dimension basically got really damaged during that event quest that he came out with Hood, and maybe like the World Tree repaired it, and Clea comes in, but then she's like violent because she got corrupted, because that's happened in the comics, so she gets her own Dormammu form, being his niece. And so, like, I don't know, it made sense to me, but like I said, I think this one is, like, probably no one gets it. Like, because, like, I don't know, I feel like it can't be just so obviously Madcap or Artem Zola, because those are, like, the first two I thought of color-wise that are, like, pink and yellow.
Part of me thinks that this anagram is shed, living, tote, having to do with a lizard skin bag, but that's just me. And the colors, if you invert a picture of lizard where his legs are in the purple and head in the green, that's basically lizard, but that's just me. I think December is when we finally get lizard.
I think I followed all that. It's an interesting take for sure. I don't hate it. As long as we get Lizard, I don't care what month he comes in. So.
Yeah.
What about I just had one and I went blank. I just looked at the colors and was like, oh, what about that? But now I don't remember what it was. That's why I shouldn't do multiple things at the same time.
Yeah.
Who was it? Darn it. I just happened, and I know they didn't go this way in the MCU and stuff, so I don't know what they'll do here. But this picture of the Ancient One I'm looking at, he's wearing pink and yellow, so.
Yeah. You're not the first person to bring that up. Well, you're not for December, but someone brought the Ancient One for.
Well, I just noticed that he was wearing pink and yellow in that particular.
Yeah.
Image that I saw.
Honestly, the actual like the M-Rock one. So like keeping it on brand for contest. He actually wears yellow. Like he wears yellow robes, and his.
I loved that design too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna find it. And then his cape is like the like it's like the universe hidden in it. So there you go. You know,
December's a big deal because it's the 10-year anniversary of the game.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
They're going to release a big character. The problem is, who is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, Ancient One Strange would work. Zola feels like he would work last.
That's what I'm saying.
Think of it.
I think like it hit a lot of check marks, but like at the end of the day, I I wanted to choose someone who would be better.
For something that's supposed to be so big, Arnimzel is starting to look so puny in comparison.
Yeah. And if September is gonna be
Bing
about
Bang Boom is big. He's a big dragon.
Oh,
But I don't think the colors match.
No, this one colors is weird. Like I think the colors on this ones are a little strange.
There's a lot of um there's a lot of art that depicts Nico's staff and her magic with pink and yellow, but
That was something I brought up during the stream, that the yellow could be her golden staff, and then the pink from her powers and accent colors. They would just specifically not have to choose black to put on the screen, though. But yeah, that's it, man. I know a lot of people have a lot of stuff for December, but it's so rough that I don't. We'll have to wait until we get some more information on it, honestly. But
which I'm fine with. I'm glad that we don't. It's not obvious. Like, it's fun to get surprised.
yeah, that's fair. As a
So
prediction, I'm stumped.
we've gone for a while. Y'all want to save the Captain America teaser for next time?
Yeah, we can do
Or
that.
do you want to go ahead and?
Nah, we can do that.
sure.
Fine with me.
Everyone can get some rest.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty tired anyway. I know I am.
Yeah,
It's been a
to be
long
honest,
day.
I-
So.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I was kind of falling asleep here, so.
I know. I'm looking for my nap, but I'm ready to go
All
back.
right. Well, we appreciate everybody that tuned in live and anybody that listens afterwards. Hopefully, we'll have the whole gang back together next week. We'll see what happens. But thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.
Bye.
Take it easy.